So it's day 3 and we are still at page 64 of the play On the Face of It. I hope it doesn't seem boring to you because it really takes me long to deliver the lectures as we have to really discuss every tone, every pause, every mark. So please pay attention and just do something, read the text along with me so that it seems much more interesting to you. Okay, now students, page 64, from the very top of the page. Miss Salam doesn't mean they are enemies, either does it. Now students, if we really talk about it, we were discussing that, Jerry was asking Mr. Lamb that it seemed to be an empty house for him, and now he's confirming that Mr. Lamb owes some friends or not, but Mr. Lamb said that yes, I have so many of friends because all the people who ever come to my garden are all my, they are all my friends, they are not my enemies at all. And in fact, Mr. Lamb says that Jerry, even you are my friend, you are even not my enemy, but Jerry said that no, I am not your friend or something because you don't know me. But Mr. Lamb is just being very witty here. He's just, again, he's using that humorous manner or dramatic effect just to enlighten this little boy. Okay, now so Mr. Lamb said that, doesn't mean the people who come into my garden, they are enemy. Okay. Jerry, no, they are just nothing. People, that's all. So Jerry said that no, they are not your friends or enemies, but they are just people, that's all. Mr. Lamb, people are never just nothing, never. So Mr. Lamb said, how can people be just nothing? You cannot say that people are just negligible. Jerry, there are some people I hate. So Jerry said that no, there are certain people whom I really hate. Mr. Lamb, that would do you more harm than any bottle of acid. Acid burns only your face. So what here Mr. Lamb says that no, you don't have to hate anyone because this is going to harm you from inside. Your face has been burnt by the acid, but the harm that is just, if you will just hate someone, if you will possess qualities of hatred, jealousy or so on, that is going to kill you from inside, and you don't have to hate anybody. You have to love every aspect, everything that has been made by the nature, and that's why I would really like to tell you that this particular play has a very, very good and very enlightened theme of disability and perception. I'm so sorry. Disability and perception. Why disability and perception? Because see, these two characters, Mr. Lamb and Jerry, they are being physically impaired. They have got so many physical troubles and drawbacks, and this had made their life, really worse. But the perception is quite different. So he said that no, it might be possible that you are being disabled by something. You have got some physical disability, but you have to keep your perception rightly upright. You have to think optimistically. You don't have to be pessimistic at all because it is going to just make you negligible. Because the ultimate the ultimate quest of a human being, of a person is actually to be a good human being. We have to socially interact. We don't have to be socially isolated, or we don't have to alienate ourselves from anybody. Okay, now. Jerry, only Mr. Lamb, like a bomb only blew up my leg. There's worse things can happen. You can burn yourself away inside. So Mr. Lamb said, you think it's only? No, it's not only. It's not like that you have been, that only, this bomb had just blew off my tongue. But I'm just very much alive. I'm very much alive from inside. But if you keep your perception negative or pessimistic, definitely you're going to kill, you're going to hurt yourself from inside. Okay, Jerry. After I would come home, one person said he would have been better off stopping in the hospital. He would be better off with others people like himself. She thinks blind people only ought to be with other blind people and idiot boys with idiot boys. So see, Jerry said that once, I was somewhere and I came to know that a person was talking that, that I should have been kept in the hospital, or maybe with the people like me. Because some people feel that, for example, a person is suffering from any physical disability. For example, he just gives an example of blind person that, all the blind people or all the idiot people should be kept at one place. So, Jerry said that I really felt it very bad. So see, students, again there is a concept of disability and perception now, plus there is also a connection and theme of human interaction and bond. Because if we do like this, if we keep all the physically impaired or physically challenged people, like any sort of physical persons or any type of physical impaired person, like in one classroom or in a one room or in a one place, definitely that is going to make them feel lonely, that is going to kill themselves, because human being is what? Human or man is a social animal. Definitely it is very important to have a human bond or human interaction, until and unless you will feel yourself what? Lonely and alienated. You won't be able to do anything in your life. You will be in depression. Miss Salam. And people with no legs altogether? Jerry. That's right. Jerry. Mr. Lamb, sorry, what kind of a world would that be? Mr. Lamb said if such happens, if some people perceive that something like that has to be done with the people like us, then what kind of world that would be. Imagine, students, imagine yourself, if we are keeping blind people all together, if we are keeping lame people all together, if we are keeping crazy people all together, like in one room or at a one place, there will be no human interaction. We won't be able to communicate, and it's very important to communicate with each other. Okay. Terry, at least there would be nobody to stare at you because you were not like that. See, Terry said that at least it will be better for me because there will be no one to stare at us. Why he's saying? See, he's very less confident child. He's very shy, and such kind of experiences had made him like this. Okay, Mr. Lamb. So you think you are just the same as all other people with burnt faces just by what you look like. Everything's different. Everything's the same, but everything is different itself. So see what he says, everything's the same, but everything is different itself. Why he says everything is same and everything is different? Because Mr. Lamb says that don't compare yourself with others. There might be certain people whose face has been burnt by the acid, but you are not like other people. It might be possible that you have certain feelings, you have certain strengths, you have certain acids that can make your life like much more brighter than others, and you can easily achieve your goal in your life. So again, perception. Okay, and in the previous lecture I told you that beauty depends on in the eyes of an onlooker. Definitely, if you want to see beautiful things, you have to imagine, you have to be beautiful from inside. It's not like that it's the outer coverage that a person is beautiful or so. You have to be beautiful from inside. Okay, Terry, how do you make all that out? Mr. Lamb, watching, listening, thinking. So that is how you think, how you perceive, or what had made your perception about a life like this. So Mr. Lamb said watching, listening, thinking. I watch, I listen, I think. Derry, I would like a place like this, a garden. I would like a house with no curtains. So Derry says that yes, even I want a place like this. I want a garden like this. Even I want a house with no curtains are there. See, now Derry what? Derry wants love. That's why he's saying even I want places like this, I want things like this. Derry wants love and wants to be loved. He wants love and he definitely wants to give love, and he definitely wants to be loved by them. Okay. Mr. Lamb, the gates always open. So again, Mr. Lamb repeats the line, the gates always open. And students, I would really like you to please underline this line again. It represents the openness, the welcoming nature of Mr. Lamb. Derry, but this is not mine. Mr. Lamb, everything yours if you want it. What's mine in anybody? So Mr. Lamb said, no, you're always welcome. It's all, I don't possess anything. I will not take anything. When my life will end, I am not going to take this garden, so it's yours. Okay, Derry, so I could come here again. Even if you were out, I could come here. So Derry is now trying to confirm that even if you are not here, can I come here? Mr. Lamb, certainly, you might find others here, of course. So yeah, he says that absolutely, if I am not here, you can come and you can enjoy, you can sit in the beauty on the lap of nature. So Derry says, oh. Mr. Lamb, well, that need not stop you. You need not mind. So, Mr. Lamb said, when Mr. Lamb said that yes, when I won't be here, you can encounter other people here. So Derry gets really very sad to find out this, that if he won't be there, some other people will be there. So, Mr. Lamb said that no, it doesn't need to. It is not going to stop you at all. You must come inside, Derry. I would stop them. They would mind me when they saw me here. They look at my face and run. So Derry said, no, I will have to leave the place, because whenever they will find me, they will get scared of me definitely. So it will be better to stay out of the garden. I will not come inside. Mr. Lamb, they might not. You would have to take the risk. So would they? So Mr. Lamb said, you cannot be very much sure that people will be scared at you or people will be afraid of you. It is very much possible that some people can be scared of you or some might not, but you have to take. There must be certain risk-taking factors in our life, and